Maminka fana wasio. Za ayama mizedeka. Mishramika. Maminka. Maminka fana wasio. Maminka finywa ye. Za ayama mizedeka. Mishramika. Maminka. Maminka fana wasio. Maminka finywa ye.
Dear friends, you are welcome back. Said ye no anope bia say ye ba sorry na shren dwumedi so a ye gemre na yakoye segment bi a ye friend asem kese. And asem kese is that segment that discusses very important issues in Ghana, and more specifically the Methodist Church. This morning we are going to discuss the Methodist strategic plan with the Education and Youth Development Directorate in focus. And to do the discussion with us will be the entire entourage of this directorate. All right, so the first on my list is my own mother, the very Reverend Mrs. Nana Danyame. She is the General Director for the Directorate of Education and Youth Development. Mama Akwawa. It's good to have you. Me Yoba.
Yoba.
Just and we also have here my senior brother and good friend at the same time, Atankwa, the very Reverend Dr. Samuel Ningma Olenu. He is the Director for Tertiary Education Directorate. Also, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So we also have with us here another brother, the very Reverend Francis Keju Enusing. He is the General Manager of Methodist Schools. Also, you're welcome.
Thank you. And
again, another brother here, the very Reverend Eric Jan. He is the Director for Youth Development Ministries. As of for Mama Kwababi. Mama, so we want to start with you and look at what your directorate stands for within the entire spectrum of the Methodist Church Ghana, the Directorate for Youth and Education Development.
Thank you very much. Ozikan, me director see a name. General Manager, apart from the General Manager, or a Director Pre-Tertiary Education.
Okay.
In the Methodist Church Ghana.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to add that one.
Thank you. Thank
you. On behalf of my directors, Oye hini J onye hanho who ada ne pay. Yaba hon studio ha WTV. Na yonye hon busy komo offer education, a very key component in the Methodist Church. Education or a holistic something will cover everything. In fact, without education, without education, I don't know how the world will be like, because it is a process of transmitting knowledge, skills, abilities, capabilities, our ethos, what we stand for, what we believe in, our policies, other people call Methodists. So from generation to generation, our cherished values are transferred, so they will also be able to transfer. It's the Oyebibia Asorna Shasiri Yinara, Wajun education. Asorna Shas Wajun education. In CCCR, under the General Directorate, we have the pre-tertiary. Also for Penyin Francis Dano. Then we have tertiary, also for Penyin Uli Dano. Then we have youth.
Tinacho said there are 3 directorates within the general
and then we also look at non-formal education.
Okay, is that another directorate?
No, it falls under our directorate. Okay. It falls under the, so these are the 4 areas that we look at.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We want to quickly go to each of your directors to ask them what they do in their directorate. Specifically, we are going to be looking at the strategic plan of the Methodist Church Ghana, as I earlier intimated, having this directorate in focus. Let me start from 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗲.
Before 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗲, let me just give you a preamble about directorate.
Go ahead.
Just you rightly said that the strategic objective goals, we deal with the 8 and 9. Okay. And not that it's a new thing, but this one is an intentional that we are improving all our programs and activities to be more responsive and attractive to the young people, to meet their psychological, sociological, and physiological needs, so that they'll be able to participate effectively in the ministry. In so doing, we're building their capacities. So we are harnessing both human and non-human resources, so that we'll be able to plan, we'll be able to have policies that will attract them, be involved to prevent the drift. In fact, we had a lot of research. So we want that our programs will be responsive to them, tailored to suit them, so that they will remain. So in that stead, the various directories have action plans, and I'll like each and every one of them to dilate in those areas.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗲, I wanted to start with you, but we will need to have some pre-tertiary education before we come to the tertiary.
Yes,
so let's go to the pre-tertiary. 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗲, what does pre-tertiary entail?
Thank you very much. First of all, I salute all your cherished viewers, including my precious wife, Patience.
Who's watching me right now?
Who's watching me right now. And all people that we've mentored, and those who have also mentored us, as often painful, presiding bishop, and all the others. Now, talking about pre-tertiary, we're talking about education from the kindergarten level, primary, upper primary, and secondary. All these fall under the pre-tertiary education. Our responsibility is to ensure that our staff are fully and adequately equipped to handle the education delivery at all those levels. And we are responsible in ensuring that they receive the needed training. Government, our partners, does its best by training teachers, posting them, sometimes calling them for some training, in-service training and all that. But we in the unit, in the directory, do not leave it just at that. We ensure that they receive further training to sharpen people who go through the mission schools. That's why you pass through the mission school, you are unique, you are fully equipped. So right from the diocesan level, where the regional managers work, we have a unit at that level. they organize conferences for heads of schools to train them. And then they'll go back, train their assistants and all other teachers. That is one form of training. It could be in service, and it could also be as a result of a particular policy at a particular time to give them further understanding of the situation. When they do that, relationship between the teacher and the pupil is better than former. It enhances the relation. And when teacher-pupil relationship is enhanced, you can be assured that learning is better than before. And we also have another training at the national level, a connectional level, and that is we build the capacity of headmasters, regional managers, and our chaplains.
So we're talking about headmasters. One of the days we had a call from a Methodist teacher who was complaining on the fact that the school he teaches is being manned by a Muslim head teacher. And it wouldn't be the first time a Methodist is complaining. I mean, a Methodist for her, and a day will be full for a head. Will you want to address that? What is the selection criteria for having somebody to head a school? And why will a Methodist be there, how bit qualified or otherwise, and another person will man the school?
Thank you very much for that question.
I'm sure Mama may want to
react to that.
Because, all right.
It could be possible.
Yeah.
Because we run public schools. We are in partnership with government.
Okay.
And there are some qualifications that one needs to attain before being a head. Now, but as I said, it's possible, but it's 1 in 1,000. It happens sometime, but it's not often. Reason being, if you have the required training and you attain the required rank, in addition to these two, you are found, you attend an interview and you pass, government will place you. We'll make our recommendations. If we have the people, we will send them, we will appeal to the necessary quarters, the district directors we work with, who are sometimes very, very understanding, because there is that consultation and collaboration with them. Yes. But where we do not have the personnel, it's difficult to tell the district director, don't place this person who is also a staff of GS and who, is up to the mark. Don't place him or her there. That would be unfair.
All right. Mama, will you want to add?
Yes, I would want to do that. Yes, I listened in and where people were. But I want to correct this. From the senior high, the church has the prerogative. The nation, they've given us the prerogative to recommend. So up till now, if people who read through the agenda will see that every time when we talk about staffing, that the church has proposed so and so for Director General to be appointed as head. So for as far as our senior heads are concerned, it's the church that processes. Now when you come to the basic school, you need to be a deputy director. In fact, for the senior height, you need to be a deputy director. And we have grade A, B, C schools. Now you can have somebody, anybody at all to head a grade A school. You have to head a BC before you come to a school.
Well, what is a BC?
Like the grade A school, like in Spain, Wesley Girls, those they use. There's a criteria they use in relation to their performance and their times that they have been in existence. So you can't send anybody to Infant Spring to head the school. So we place other people as vacancy come in. We also interview already heads in other grade A or B schools.
Not necessarily in that same school. You can go fish out.
Yeah, a nice change. Previously were, but you see, when you are in the school and you take over the school, people know your weakness and other things. So Director General these days do not appoint people who are already in the school.
Oh.
Otherwise, you move out and they come again.
What if I'm qualified and I've all
Yes,
the
you will
BCs
move it out.
and all
In fact, it's the succession plan we're doing.
Okay.
So if you are in advanced payment and you're an assistant and you are doing very well, as the time comes near, we'll move you to another school, our school. And then when it's time for a head, you qualify to be, because a newly appointed head cannot be at advanced payment.
Okay.
And then we have a procedure that we ourselves as a church organizes interview, and out of that we do recommendation to Director General. Now it's for us to group the people who come, and even at the senior high, and even when we're attending interviews for promotion, somebody will place on the form a Methodist. Who is the presiding bishop? The person is sitting there.
Oh, the person doesn't
Yes,
know.
and the person, you see, and I will pray that when they go back, we'll give a feedback that when we went, you know, as Methodists,
I didn't perform.
Exactly, exactly. So we don't appoint anybody, and the Director General has a rep on that panel. The presiding bishop himself sits in the chair. It's a panel, and all students will be on the panel. So it's a complete panel that would decide before we do the recommendation. For our senior high school, please, is the church. But when it comes, because that's why the general manager is a director as well, so we are colleagues of the general, of the directors, and we talk about these things. But you'll be surprised, the person is not qualified. And if you put somebody who is not qualified to be a staff who has who is a deputy director and a principal superintendent, there will be undermining. So all that we are asking that when the time comes for promotion, please avail yourself for promotion. When you are coming to the interview, it's a Methodist school. You have to know our ethos. In fact, somebody comes and you're asking basic things that we believe in: excellence, morality, and service, EMS. The person even doesn't know. What are the programs that we do in our schools? What we do, the devotions, the 9 lessons, Jesus Festival, we do Bible study. We expect that you're going to head our school, you should be familiar with these things. And then we have your conference of managers, or we have people, we Methodists heading their schools. And unfortunately, our teachers, because it's a unit, our schools are not that many, they would not want to be posted to a village. Just as the general manager said, we don't dispute the fact that Ibiana or you're Muslim, but it's one of this thing, one of a lot. That's why we need to groom ourselves. We need to position ourselves for. Why would we appoint a Muslim when there is a Methodist? But the director is there, the Methodist is sitting there. So it is our responsibility to groom them so that when they come, they pass, and then we can place them in our school. But we are doing everything because it is very difficult for a Muslim to be in our school and to profess our faith. That one. And I heard the other time somebody was posted, he said the district director was not ready. You tell the general manager and we'll work on it.
I think it's good we are having this line of communication and educating, because sometimes the flow of information, people don't know that is even the channel to you. Oh yeah, the Muslim meanwhile he doesn't qualify. But we'll come back to especially our secondary schools and how they are performed. Also, let's come to you. So now they have gone through the secondary school, they are in the various tertiary institutions. let's
exhaust it.
Pardon? Smooth transition, yes. After WAEC has supervised their exams and they have passed, they are in our tertiary schools now.
Okay. Before I speak, permit me also to do.
Go ahead, please.
My brother did. Otherwise, when I go home today, I'll
be in trouble.
So then we are all greeting our spouse.
Greeting my spouse, Beatrice, and I know she's also watching. You know, yes. For us at the Directorate of the tertiary education, we coordinate the affairs of the tertiary institutions, which are number one, we have Wesley College, we have Offenso College of Education, and then we also have Commander College of Education, we have the Oda. In fact, they have College of Education. Of course, we have.
You didn't mention Wesley.
Yes, Wesley College.
Wesley is the
was the
first.
Yeah,
Is the
the
first.
first, all right.
Centenary
Yes.
College of Education.
Okay.
Presiding's College.
Yes. And then also we have the Methodist University. And now we've added the 𝗦𝗏𝗊𝗄 Women Training Center as well, where we have some informal training.
People have wondered if the Methodist Church has nursing training colleges, and are they part of the...
Yes, in fact, Presiding at the last time when we met has asked that the reports are under our directorate.
Through the tertiary.
Yes, through the tertiary. So next GPC will report, will collaborate with health.
Okay.
And thank you very much.
All right. So what do you do there?
So we look at their activities, and then we make sure that the Methodist declaration is in it, you know. So for instance, if they are going to have their congregation, we are there. They are going to have, you know, their anniversaries, we are there. When they need any help, for instance, when Wesley wanted to or was due to have a new head, we were there, you know, part of the search party to make sure that the Methodist interest is catered for. And of course, we are on their governing councils as well, you know, to ensure that, as I said, the Methodist interest is protected in there. And also we look at their programs, you know, training for other things or activities in the church. For instance, the 𝗟𝗏𝗊𝗘, you know, we ensure that some of them are trained, you know, to be preachers, you know, in the years, you know, we look at those. And then when they have projects, you know, that also we need to, you know, throw our weight behind
Are
them.
you responsible for their spirituality in terms of supervising the chaplains?
Yes. You know, yes, we are, because the chaplains bring their report to us, and then we see what they do, and if we have recommendations, then we pass it on to them, and they also, you know, implement them. So generally, that is what we do. Of course, because they are tertiary, they have more freedom than you know, the pre-tertiary place. But at the end of the day, you know, we make sure that things go well in the various institutions.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to 𝗪𝗠foɔ. 𝗪𝗠foɔ, the youth. The youth. What happens in your directorate, and what encompasses the entire directorate of youth development?
Thank you very much.
You may want to greet as well.
We have greeted for everybody.
Oh, you greeted for them. All right.
So I want to say hello to my wife Gertrude.
Hey, I see.
So
Please, I'm also saying hello to Mr. 𝗦𝗏𝗃.
All right. Yes.
As our name goes, we are Youth Development Ministry.
Okay.
So we are to develop the young people in our church. In fact, our definition comes from that of UN Charter. So in terms of age definition, those from 15 to 35, and by extension 40.
But can you repeat that? Because in some of our societies, there has been a contention who is a youth. So you're on WTV now. Sorry, Shrine. What is the age categorization of who we can call a youth in the Methodist Church Ghana?
For Methodist Church Ghana, the youth age starts from 15 to 35. We are using the AU Charter.
Okay.
So when you look at our youth policy, we define youth just as is enshrined in the AU
So
Charter.
if I'm 40, I can't come to any of the youth organizations?
No, that's why I said by extension 40.
Oh, okay.
So, but you cannot hold a position.
An executive position.
You cannot
but I
hold
can
any,
be a member.
But you can be a member.
All right.
Because it's not easy for someone to go to say MY from the age of 18 to 35 and said,
Okay.
In fact, I won't take it kindly. Okay. There should be a process to integrate them to the adult organizations like MYF, Women's Fellowship, and so on and so forth. But that we have not done too well.
Why so? Why have we? It should be a smooth transition.
It should be, but that is not the case.
Okay.
As I speak now. When you say for organization, you know, if you have been to university, you know the way we do our things. bi wo ho a okọ adult organization na onya the sa papa. And though he's a young person, 35, say 36, 36 and 35, and the difference is not too wide in terms of their psychic and the way they do things. And it is all so what we are doing now is to engage the adult organizations like men's fellowship, women's fellowship, so that integration
to mentor them,
that is what we are doing.
Sure.
But we have not let me say too much. We have not really done well on that grounds, but we have started something because it's a big challenge for us.
All right. So what are the constituents of the youth directory? You've mentioned
MYF, we have MGF, we have AMB, and then GAMSU. These are the four.
Okay. So you work hand in hand with tertiary when it comes to GAMSU issues?
Yes. And also pre-tertiary director, because we have GAMSU in the secondary schools as well.
Okay. We'll be back to ask you what your strategic objectives are for younger people. Maybe take your mind as to whether or not the young people are still drifting, and if you are doing anything to help them stay. But let's go. I don't know, Mama, do you want to say something about the strategic plan before we go into their directorates?
Oh, I think I gave the overview that we are directly using strategic objective 8 and 9,
yes,
where I talked about making sure that it's attractive and is tailored to suit their needs, and as a result of that we have action plans, we have programs that and then also working on policies that will be suitable to them. And as a result of that, the objectives of these two, that's where they have drawn their action plans, and we are vigorously, in fact it's intentional and encouraging them, and the results are phenomenal.
Wow.
The results. So I would like my directors to come out of it, and as and when I'll come in.
We'll ask you of results once you've mentioned it. Will be the concluding part.
In fact, we can even give you the tracker to track.
I see. I didn't know this directorate as trackers.
Yes,
we will track them. But
let's
go to Osofeni. We know Methodist schools are by far one of the best, even when you take our primary schools. What are the intentionalities you have taken in terms of your action plans towards making sure you realize your objective goals?
Thank you very much. Yeah, our schools are the best, but it's not on a silver platter or by nature. Intentional plans have been put into place so that whoever attends any of our schools, be the basic or the secondary, you just have to shine. And I spoke earlier on about the training. We have intentional training for leadership. Whoever goes through our schools, we have in mind to prepare you for leadership. And we do so by having this, before prefects are inducted in their various positions in their schools, we have training for the orientation programs, and we take them very seriously, especially the chaplains at that level. They have a plan for that and an extensive time to engage in that. I also mentioned the training we give the head teachers and their supporting staff at the diocesan level, and I must commend all our units, especially secondary diocese and the western region, and then the eastern region. The whole of this, they do so well. They are consistent in training their heads and all that. When we come to the connection level, yes, it's important for heads.
Infante people want to hear your infante.
You matter, that's it. Say yaba, or dada school SHS numa. In Titsina, the ma, a church pumping in front, or regional managers. onye chaplains no yendi ho ago kura osande chaplains no wo na wo hwe oye sunsum ntete ya ye pede obiara obefa Methodist school mo no owenya the moral training and upbringing of our students and of course the staff. So we have connectional capacity building programs geared towards that. That every year. For some time now, we have not met, but this year we are going to meet, God willing, in August. And that's one side of the training we give them. For them to also understand government policies, to be able to operate with the government without getting into trouble, and at the same time churning out excellent students. Our motto, excellence, morality, and service.
So one of the reasons a parent will want to send a child to a Methodist school, and then they say, oh, Methodist school dear, me de me bakwa entity a pa ye chere na die nyina no na ye the Methodist any hymns ye nya nti say for some of our schools hymns no cry ye jai chere. How are we ensuring morality ne Wesley hon be wura nkwala anim?
Yo, medasipi. Minten bibi kakra.
Okay.
Mwete no on sheda ye no kwaro.
Oh, sir.
On sheda ye no kwaro. What you can, we have a structure. Ye won share no mu yezem. Ye schools, ye devotions anopebia. Na ye worship services. Na ye jenyim ye ma botai bia ye hwedo wo ye entity no. Yeah, that part, when we come to even the basic, in recent times, Yamahon, John Wesley sayings bia, or that may be a John Wesley Casapa Paibon. You were in Sembia Yetia, but Ocean Cran, John Wesley, or Campa holiness, or yet say neho. Now, yetum yenya, Damin, Kakra, ye the Akko, all your regions, the won't see. And Tabofra, see Bibiotidama. Obaka nti obaka na kumem mesem nka yi na teacher bi o chere mazo o basic we nya na baby ko dada mesem
Methodist school
oye Methodist school bedem chere ati bi o ye ya
okay
o cheche nda mebi mensa na incorporation a sound mind in a sound body o cheche lat nyama kakra onye na nyama ni bi o beni rade besi nda no za Mr. Benzel Master Sam Cape Coast Oche here no, Makaibi, Oche Yankran. Inti John Wesley saying Sinide, offer Kron ye home, offer Pai Bohon. Some more prominence in Damana. Or Batsna Wakum, ni, and now baby at the Methodist school. Inti, it goes in a long way to help the pupils to grow up being morally sound and in the Christian way.
Maybe lastly for you, let's ask.
Can I just come in?
Yes, please.
It's very, very strange that they said that we have not, because
yes,
these are allegations. Every church is here. Every church. I mean, if you take our agenda, every church is here. From the conference office, from the general manager's office, the theme hymn, the scriptures we give this year we are reading titles, hymns for competition and for hymn practice. It's there. Whatever we'll be doing in the year, devotions, when they are supposed to write examinations, the retreat you have to go through, everything is in the agenda. So after that, when they go back, this is supposed to be relayed to the coordinating officers. And usually a copy even sent to the regional manager. So the local manager, the regional manager, the diocese should ensure that this is done. In our school, I must have to also add, the reason why people want to bring out, in our school, in the senior high, what we do, in our school, this is what we do here, ABC, and Communal has picked it up. When you come to our school, there will be devotion. Okay. And the parent at the orientation will go through all these things. Whether you're Muslim or exactly, and you sign. We had a case like that when a Muslim sent us to court. And then we sent the sheet, the parent and the child side. Then the judge said, why? This is a champion's time. So we have made sure that across the connection, at the orientation at the first day, parents are oriented. We do A, B, C, D. You sign.
Okay. All right.
We do A, B, C, D, and you sign. So it's something that, and then we are doing twinning. You realize the infant payment is overflowing. So maybe Oyoko twin, Manfi twinning with Wesley girls. So you can see now Manfi. Look at how the
doing so
exactly.
So
we are doing twinning. We send Manfi students who go to Wesley girls to look at the best practices. And so during the capacity building across the country, we share all these ideas so that we'll all be on the same. As a result of us Methodists, the other conference of managers have adopted all these things, and it's running in all our schools. So sometimes people say that, oh, in Catholic they will use a principal to head. No. Now we are conference of managers in educational units, and we are all operating within the same policy. So for us as Methodists, we will bridge the gap between knowledge and piety.
Well, I'll be back to ask you why Methodist schools do well, and whether this other allegation of the fact that some of our hitherto very well performing schools are not doing well again. But let me go to Osofo back and ask so you can gather your thoughts on that. Osofo, in the strategic plan, I know there is an objective to beautify our schools and to also embellish the infrastructure. What is the directory doing? Now, no be phrase a method is a building be school na ho abofi a program ya so ho abofi yem paint who paint a check. I make us oh na kai method is na ka also got paint bag back. But what are you doing in terms of beautification and infrastructure?
Thank you very much. The master may be semi or me do papa. Ye wo botai wo ankasa. Na botai there. As far as management, here the school bokodo and the maintenance of infrastructure, the school are done. Obedi no ye won hihye wo ho. Na nyama ye da tutu foma oboboa madam hihye no aye adwuma no. Ebi education week a afi biara easy. Education week no yefa nyame adom botai onye dapen kor. Na no mun hihye ye ano konkon another say debate and na ye ma talk also wo botai is this yenwado no. Activities be brave, singing competition, drama competition, preaching competition and all that. Na PTA, SMC, you want to interact. And to TV or topic be or you want to do come. Today, kwana or there abofu wobwa or ye one number ma one addition nantetino bokodo. Na da yeti katokra ononye fundraising another school harvest. The boys school. No, hono what challenge kakra. The whole connection date baba. The Mayberry no over day this year. Nyami adoma May 7th. And education week. Yabashasi. Tuesday. That's CPE. May 7th to 12th. Kwesi dano. Although a fundraising in all societies in the connection. Merikasi.
Will be harvest shaho.
It be my Sunday
mini harvest.
What that may be a shaho.
Okay.
Ono na ya or ya how. Na presiding sumpo, I tried doing a Janubay fee, a basa, and nana it there.
Paint and bring.
Young bomb wasn't. Na yenzi them fundraising yempe na anya prano ye fan paint okay anya prano ye fan CC yenda na owo ho mo resume there say ye nyina ye didwa nche ye schools no baby abefe bia no obeya kono teacher fu bepede wo be charge wo nti
sanity yenko Osofo Oleni so Osofo buhu banyo wie gan ekoni dama na ke so for tertiary what is also the objective you are looking at, and what are the steps in achieving your objectives?
Yes, the objective, touches on managing our institutions so that they can meet national goals and also meet the aspirations of the youth. And in that respect, we have, the presiding bishop's scholarship, so that the youth that are not, let me say, well endowed, they could apply to that and then be given the scholarship to study in the Methodist University.
Does that mean that any Methodist at all who is in good standing can apply for that presiding bishop scholarship?
Anybody can. And additionally,
na that also need scholarship be the Baba Methodist school ibi and I Methodist for crown ye kwa ejisika and the director na neti or say presiding scholarship or presiding bishop scholarship or ha say wo fata na wo say na ye Methodist near original now so and your Methodist near wa so original now so na you qualify. And I'm a witness to the fact that you brought a couple of people to the Methodist University who are enjoying the scholarship.
Exactly. And even there is a policy that every diocese, should even sponsor people to come to the Methodist University to come and study. In fact, I was even in one circuit, we were even looking for people to sponsor. And people were not forthcoming, So there is this provision over there.
And even in the university too, we have, if you're a Methodist, we have the percentage.
Yes, the 10%.
Yes, if you're a Methodist and you are going to the university, you obtain 10% discount. And
admission form is also free for all Methodists.
Exactly. And if you are going for the first time, year one, you have 30% discount.
Wow.
Yes. And also if you are a Methodist and even you happen to bring somebody in, you are paid some amount, something small, 200 Ghana cedis for bringing, as a motivation.
It could
for
be a job for anybody to recruit students.
And it's in our agenda, and it's expected that it's be told in the diocese, in the circuits, in the society.
It has not been told. It has not been so. Intina, actually, for a program. So for all Methodists,
it is for all Methodists to enjoy. Our young people, it's a form of motivation, building their human capacity, building to serve the church and the nation and beyond. We love our young people.
We thank God.
And also, we also collaborate with GTEC, Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, to see that some people who would want to undertake terminal degrees like PhD and so on, they are also given sponsorship, and I'm proud to say that even our head, the principal of Commander, is now an associate professor. He's gone through all the process and is doing that. And I know that the head at 𝗟𝗡𝗏 too, is a doctor. And I know others who are also undertaking their doctorate programs, from out of sponsorship that is giving onto them. But I want to say that the principals, they would also want to have more Methodists in their institutions. But
you mean Methodists in terms of the students or the teachers?
Methodists in terms of the students.
Okay.
But you see, they can't admit you if you don't qualify. But once you qualify, why not? They will consider, because sometimes they even look out for such persons like that, but they don't find them. Yes. So we are saying that there is this opportunity that the youth can take advantage of, and then study in our institutions, the tertiary institutions, and also the tertiary institutions as we are talking about beautifying the institutions, they use their IGF, and also they collaborate with other firms. In Wesley College, for instance, they are collaborating with Orlando Construction Company to construct for them a hall that will seat about 1,000 people. And Ghana Gas is also doing something over there. And you looking at internal generated funds, Quarcoo, that is Commander College, they have been able to gather funds to buy for their principal a new vehicle. Yes, Fortuner. It's not for the principal, but it is for the school. you know, which they are doing to make the school viable and quite operational.
So there's a message here. Somebody just tested in, and this is for 𝗦𝗍𝗿𝗘. He said, just heard admission fee is free, but I paid when applying at the MUG. So if you don't know and you pay, we'll collect. As for that, we won't tell you.
Knowledge is very, very important.
Yeah, but we are telling you it's free. Every method this is free, and somebody is asking that as we speak, we should promote the Association of Methodists in Education.
Okay.
We should promote it as well as we move on. So you can continue, then we'll come to.
Yes. In fact, the Methodists, you know, as Association of Methodists in education, you know, we also have. I remember the Accra Diocese were trying to organize some remedial classes for.
It's still on.
Yes, for remedial classes for the SHS students who didn't do well, so that, you know, they could resit the exam and then, you know, gain admission. And ASMED was actually contacted to help these people. And also, I must state that for this same reason, Methodist University runs vacation classes for SHS students, you know, to help them. So all these facilities are there, these opportunities are there for the youth, yes, to take advantage.
Also, thank you. Let's give also for John the chance to also speak for the young people. Also, is it true that the young people are leaving the church? And if it's true or otherwise, what are the specific objectives that are geared towards maintaining them in the church?
Thank you very much. That assertion may have been true some years back.
I'm
All right. Of course, I quite remember during Accra conference, that was 2020.
Okay.
We were tasked to look into that assertion. So we did a research. The research pointed to the fact that to some extent it was true. Some young people, especially those from our universities, some of them were not too quote unquote comfortable when they come home. So they will be in church for some time, then they will fizzle out, they will leave the church. Of course, I know some of them who have even established their own churches.
They use the Methodist training.
They use the Methodist training, and some have joined other churches, and when they went there, they are now pastors and so on, as a result of the lay preachers exams. You know, in campus, we even train people to write the lay preachers exams and so on and so forth. So to some extent, it was true. But now, the church, after looking at the report that was presented, decided to curb it, to solve it, to mitigate it to some extent.
And what is the church doing to that effect?
For now, what we have done basically is to get another, let me say, a brand that could help the young people, called 𝗦𝗍𝗿𝗘 International Society. So 𝗦𝗍𝗿 International Society is still a Methodist society, and that's why we call them society. So it's not a youth service.
Okay.
I quite remember last time when I came on studio, I corrected that impression that it's not a youth service. It's a full society, just like any other, but tailored to suit the need of the young people. So.
Right.
And that is really catching up with most of our young people.
Also, one of the main complaints of the young people is the fact that Yamayeng express ye ho achedi enyamedi amayen wo ye Methodist young person yema ho express mitimi your prophet mitimi hwe nkom me ye say mitimi person me ye choreography bi. What is the church doing now for those who are still with us to express those spiritual giftings?
For now, the church have done a lot. I believe that also came as part of the findings when they were trying to put up this strategic plan. So I've seen it in the strategic plan, of course. And just as I said earlier, now because of this introduction of ways, all the ways that we have in the system now are being manned by young people.
Okay.
The one in Tema is associate from Legon. The one at Tech is also associate of KNUST. So even though they are under the supervision of superintendent, basically they are, let me say, quote unquote, caretakers for this. So when you go to most of these, there are ones that have started. I've forgotten the name. There is a church near Atamil Street, Accra houses, white church be Tobutua. I've forgotten the name.
Which of the two? Kaswa Tobu?
There be Kaswa Tobu. Wager Quine also. Church Cassia be big church be white, so my painting white.
Is it better? New Aplaku.
New Aplaku.
Okay, New Aplaku.
Thank you very much. The last time that they consulted us that they want to start something of waste, and we went there, I think last year or so. Now we have about 2 medical doctors, lawyers, and they are about 50 now. The report I got.
So it's catching up.
It's catching up.
And
they have been allowed to
talk about the first one and the one.
The one I've mentioned, the Tema 1. That
with
is
choreography and all that you are talking about. It's part of the same.
Now,
Yes.
so now
it's
the
part of
children can dance. They
Yes.
And you have even, well, the first time I came here, we came with Wisdom Project. It's
The musical
the
team.
musical
Exactly.
team and so on and so forth. And you say, everybody is given opportunity.
Okay.
to
This
help.
is mission come. You Methodist.
but with
Methodist
caution.
now.
Who's sorry, I know Shen comes out.
No,
No, with caution. I mean, it's one of the things that the church gave, that we are not drifting from the main doctrine and this thing, but then they will be guided.
Okay.
Who's sorry, I know Shen comes out.
Okay.
Because who Shen comes out now,
So
so we've been asked to make sure that it's within
guidance.
exactly.
It can be done, but under some
Exactly.
Yes, even in our main churches.
Yes, in our main
because
churches.
societies, as I say, because of the youth involvement, most of these MPRP programs are. It's the young people who are leading.
Okay. Okay. So that myth of wanyane dem anase woye obabunu na obeye bibi ampanifo mpa ye be kan wa hye tia wona so no we can emphatically say it's a thing of the past.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's a myth.
And we even gave this across the connection. We welcomed them from school.
Okay.
It was a program we did.
Okay.
And make sure that even that service they led.
young people led the
So we are
service.
involved them. And there isn't a policy that we should have 30% of the young people in the various these are all the
Leadership
policies and they are doing well. Remember the last conference, I want to say we groomed them. Even when they were interviewed, they even said that we groomed them before they came. They should have kept that one behind them. And it was the contribution they made at conference. Fantastic. And even during the COVID time, without them, we need to appreciate that. But we also said that, look, they also have to appreciate the elderly. Will feel So we are also doing that. And in connection with those who are drifting to go into other churches. I remember the executive met the young people, said that they should reduce the pass mark for Trinity. It's 40. They should reduce it. And I said that when I got up and said,
oh, the young people said they should reduce it.
The pass mark for entering Trinity.
And I said, you are in university. You should rather raise the bar. You see, Methodist is Methodist. So because they didn't bring it lower the 40, then what's your this thing? You leave the church. We have a measure. We have a plumb line. I mean, that's why we have people called Methodists. 40 graduate, bring it lower. So we encourage them that just as you study to get first class, you should raise the bar. Fall within. So if you fall within, I mean, precisely, let's take these young people also. And by the grace of God, they are doing very well, considering, so that they will remain in the, so policies, everything to attract, to make them comfortable, but with caution. Because we don't want to lose our identity as the people call Methodists.
To add quickly to that, the fact that now we have more young people applying to enter to ministry.
Exactly.
We have even more than excess. Because it's a number no crabros. And we are looking for another opportunity.
And we are grooming them. We are grooming them so that when they can be
passed. Is it the fact that the Methodist Church is becoming extra attractive all over?
To some extent, yes. Yes. Because hitherto they would leave, but now they want to become even ministers.
Yes.
It means that even the ordained ministry is now.
And some are returning.
Yes.
Oh, most of them are
like
some
yourself, man.
And you see, interesting. You see, he will talk about interestingly. You see, and they are taking how can girls' relationship even build a society, finish and hand over.
Yeah.
The MYF have done that. They are now building a KG in the north.
Wow. Okay.
It's girls' fellowship, and that's what I talk about. And purity fund. Now making sure that they are virtuous. Okay. We want to promote being a virgin is not an old school, and we want our young girls to stay, you know, virgin before they marry. So we have a purity fund, making sure that they say no to ungodliness. Say no to ungodliness is not by mouth, but by practice. Action. And they themselves are putting this front to make sure the young people, the girls, come in.
Okay.
Will live pure. Yes.
A lot of people want to ask questions, and I want to open the phone lines. People are knocking already when the lines are not open. So let me open the phone line so you can throw your questions to our cherished panelist. It is the Directorate of Education and Youth Development with the Amamaga. All right, so the lines are open at 025-625.
And my hard-working team members.
But once Mamaga is mentioned, all others will fall in place. They fall in line. All right, so I can vote your telephone 025-625-3461. 053-835-0625. The lines are open now. Remember, we are discussing the strategic plan and containing it the action plans that the various directorates under the General Directorate of Education and Youth Development have for us. And it's been a wonderful discussion so far. A few test messages again, quickly. I have somebody who is saying Wesley College, simply the best.
I was going to talk about it. You know, one of the conferences, we realized we analyzed the results of the conference, and they are talking about most of them were within the other third class lower, and they said the base is too big, we should come up. Okay. So as a directorate, we had to make sure that they improve the academic work. Okay. And for the grace of God, even officers have taken over Wesley College, and it's a contention, and it's been made the best principal in Ghana. The college is the best college, best performing college.
I think some of these things we should know, so we broadcast.
It is in the agenda.
But let's go to Kumasi. Gordon, you are welcome. Empom te say you.
Oh, nyamiado me bia boko.
Yo, yeti o.
Mo program na dey me menye methodist ni, but mo program na very, very, very good. Me real school or West School.
Okay.
Real school or West School na menye methodist ni, but you really, you know, and near my friend, no ma sorry no change ye. And my baby pushed to your choir, the Methodist hymns. It me the church and Koranibi. Says yeah, met my so my was secondary school I tried it. But at the Sedek I can't be to Methodist for any say. And can be stressing other traditional schools, you know. And come to me, I am by Black Methodist one. The schools go on one.
Okay, traditional schools are the end of actually.
Because traditional schools now, if I just say schools are enya sorry bia, enya sorry bia.
And no soon to me nyimfi aban ho.
Me ba say me beki point speak akra.
Okay.
Enya say wo gie free aban ho. Enya say wo gie free aban ho, but the mention say ebia nka mo betimi e de mo som no kakra na wuram. Ama nyame som kakra na wo say ewura sa school mu ho no mo no. Like you are adopting the school. Okay. I'm gonna be part of the church. Danka umutimi ya debi aba ho abekyerɛkyerɛ ama nkrana ama esum na tima ya debi a ewura omumu. Me ma dwen kyerɛ kakra no.
Yo, yeda ase pa.
Ohini say wa beka ma ya absorb. And nansenso wo God so.
Nti fa kwenya no wo.
Nti nkofo ahemfo no hwɛ say school ya no wa atro aba. Ni die na ya Ministry of Education say ikro isi one person dey Methodist. Nti we are working on it.
Fireman.
Very Reverend na dynamic fantastic madam akupe wo de meto ubadin no wonder say obi awuba no dinato and I pay the memo jana show in the professional way. According to research and fire mama here 85% of Methodist church members they cannot afford the Methodist university. Only 15% can it will become Methodist university. According to research am here. And a second
you make the research available to us.
My Methodist presiding bishop scholarship scheme, Minty that. The society I mean, Minty was said, Yaka Bibi said, your bishop scholarship scheme, Minty that. Intimate said, the money, all educated here, every Sunday, they are sorry. They will say, they were presiding a bishop scholarship scheme. Yeah, they are many young for the senior, they are making a copy. And I mean, they say, you were money. Ama obi wonu ma ni mame anani papa ni bia na motumi akọ school ni bi but was time this became investigation wonu mu no lady bi oni ma de pa no opa soro wa soro ne mu obe ko school no yesi ni mame eni ni papa eni aso ni ye man scholarship and which is very bad ni mame ni intino ye man scholarship akola se Methodist ni ba ya kola no we get Methodist no
fama ya dase ye be hwehwem amen o kasa fita krade amen
Pastor, good morning.
Morning, amen.
Meka say fita krade the problem kakra ni say Methodist schools no be be ho be ko many headmaster bi akọ hamda obekọ na onye Methodist ni no my Methodist doctrine
papa
then am we afa that's
oh ne question no also maintain the question but me sure so no so headmaster no nye Methodist asema ye kan wa haya okay all right auntie Georgina
yes
o kasa fi ye tie o
me poto me kasa fi takwade
yo ye tie o
me poto me wo mo from two be what me chana why notness na convent wo masisi wa ba ye Methodist po na menyi kro akọ Methodist University or Accra or ye nursing wo na that scholarship asem na work no na ye pede ya apply bi na yin ma ye fa ba sisi ye wake na ye botum ya contact yani so for when hen no we efiekuma don wo Methodist
efiekuma kra
motum ma contact so for na why you mama
okay only so for Louise nkasa o de me number be ma na wa frɛ me why
mpocho you onu po gamsu no wakaya quiz onu no di second ma
oh any o ye Methodist mapa so for Louise me number be ma o say yaw
Yes, boss.
Sunyafo
me kasa fi sunyane.
Okay, koso.
Hello, Asafo.
Yetie wo koso.
Nyame adom sunyafo nyina ye ho ye pa.
No wa volume
ye da mo se ni modwuma pa mo ye. Modwuma na mo ye na so ani pa. Yesua ne ma bebre frim. Me pacho me concern ne ye say ohe said na ye director for youth so for 𝗟𝗏𝗘 kana Wesleyan English we na ye wo ohe other diocese institution ya bi ni ha so nti ye best say amu betimi de nhyehyɛ agu akwan mu na nka te said ye nya bi wo temayi Wesleyan English na said ye so for 𝗟𝗏𝗘 kana ye na nka betimi enya bi so wo sunya diocese na nka aboa ye damas
yo ye da say your friend Wesleyan International Society Wesleyan International Society ahwefo ye guso ha mpanifo yo ha ti question bia e kire wadwene bia na otimi ebisa yima ya adehye
yo me follow program many are under the discuss concern education na
yima online no munye online ni mu nye kra.
Hello.
Daniel hu mienu miensa bi.
Hello.
Okay, kasa. Yima kasa.
Concerning about our basic school head of Methodist, but if for down several of them are Methodist. Both school years of my or Methodist or head school. And the year both say dropping or it would. And the one concerning about all the basic schools, the should be there. You both say Methodist on the but for some of us, we will train by Methodist schools. No, what training here.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Pa, say penifo asemi okay, yonko se shube kwa emra. Kwame.
Papa.
Se shube kwa mani nyina ho te san no pay.
Nyame adom obia ho ye pa.
Yeah, that's it. Yeti o. Nyame adom yeso ye ho ye. Yeti o.
Ambacho yedamase ebo ntira mo de ma ye no pay. In fact, ye twa de bebre na de ye kan fe nyame ntira mo. And ye mode emaye ye mame ene ye papa e de kinsema mo kan nyina. Na me kan se kefo mo ntwi ni ye. Na wo question bi ebisa no ebisa. Like mo yen ki zi nkonfo no because e bia ni eni na mo kire bi. Nti na bi wo ho na se ya ya fa nti yedamase nyame ntira mo pa.
Yo, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yenko wasa, ene de ye kopa wasa. Apia wasa for what to say you. Yo, yeti yo.
New created a secretary campus Sunday.
All right.
I will secretary quite nice. Someone who can maybe have a campus. As I met your war was a method. As a Tuesday, I started and quote school no so e do be honi akofa headmaster dia o ne method say the name dia like e did not know where the pastor the school no ba and the school day the master say this time method from where they go in school so pastor go be dia
yeah be that say
methodist ni
yeah be that say asemi dia we mama ai kasa na asemi
explain say senior high there every head in the senior high is a Methodist. But the problem we have is the basic. We are asking, say, there are people like you interview a woman could be. Promotions in your day, rank in your day. You can have your masters, but if you don't have the rank in education, it's rank.
Okay. Into
your best friend or classes of mommy might not have a deputy director. Your best friend. But Methodist, by how means they're better than Methodist. But you see, because we are communicable, and the interview is done, everybody, because it's a government-assisted school. We built the school, but it's in partnership. It is a Romania, but I can tell you, Accra, one of the best schools at Abosokai was headed by a Catholic. Okay. And they scored 100%. Methodist need to take you over. It's coming down.
Hey.
So you see what we are saying that as Methodists, we should be assertive. We should protect what we have. We want to appoint our heads, Methodist heads. Please be qualified. And one can say for school now. Fadoya, why was that?
Last one, Mr. Kofi. Una way of refer to Okrana, Mama Tuaso. Mr. Kofi. Mr. Kofi.
Yes, couple.
Yetio.
Yes, couple.
Yetio, Mr. Kofi.
Couple, me jaso.
Yo, yaton kapa kasa.
Couple, no money, Juma, Methodist, MOA. Then, having it, first nanke asore no eje school no then this year no government any asore no abom Methodist yentumi nye enchechire no
yo
because the government na ba mitia ma asore no nya ahoden
okay
ewo school no
empenifo be bua eye question yeah that's it Enti empenifo me mo bia 1 minute.
But may address this quick answer now. The point was we built with I'll give my phone, but let me address it. we built the Mao. In fact, what was taking over our schools? In fact, paying emoluments and quiet to me. there was a move, and what the president said was that we built it, they've added facilities. If I hear to me into Yaka, even schools are one, private schools are way, so it's not a partnership. We build the school, they provide staffing, and we partner. We also send in chaplains. We help with like the basic schools. You didn't that so. Also urban school. But we can even invest in the public school. That private school I can go to Mwako. And now you know the government schools have a percentage. It was one back of public school. If you go to time about your exams, no way you want to public school. As we build our chapels, paint in Kakrano Bakan, woman have fanfa in school buildings and doors are way bubun. Woman here because he's in other school no. And every time he's in the school, what are we doing? Some of them are doing very, very yes, sir. Local management, be part of the school management committee. Be part, look at their results, motivate our teachers, make sure that our results are good to continue to take our preferred choice schools in the Methodist school. As a local manager, please plan the plan people to preach in our schools. John Wesley Day, there was a day a Muslim was there. Or John Wesley Day. Where are the Methodists? A Muslim.
No, okay.
Maybe I'll committed this school.
Exactly. It's my sure that Methodists should be involved, even at the coordinating offices, be part of it. But we realize that most of the things in our agenda are not known. So as a directorate, maybe immediately after every GPC, we'll make a copy of all that, send it to our regional managers to disseminate so that all the information, because all the questions they're asking, agenda be or make sure they and I'm also pleading, please, bishops, regional man, let us groom our Methodists in the various schools, encourage them to take position, let us appoint them so that our cherished values will continue to be transferred from generation to generation, so that we'll be able to bridge the gap between knowledge and piety.
Thank you. Also for anything, your last words.
Yo, Medasipi na mama pede me yesisi moto mensa na michia yen bishops yen unit staff na local managers ejuma warrior waterboa bishop you are supporter water mamwa sika water ma unit no oya mka papa mo be ya wobutu mo aye ejuma no na madada sereze kese abade afi education week ya o shase May 70, Mezanyame sere, yema onye kikim, onye kama, onye den yedi da pena nyinara kama, nukwesi dano, na ya bofotor, ya people pan, na ye desi in schools and them register no, or bobwa ma adishiazi.
Education week will have you come on, we'll give you a whole 1 hour be na fe ya toto ano nti if you can plan with your units mama beti me abeja wa say boss back up last word
but that's papa na ya stress young people minimum say not eba youth rally ebeba so let us get involved.
Okay.
Na or how be or honoma the year kind to say sunani friend and as phone say you involve your whole activities we in name ebeboa. This time around so 30% no that's be a year me that's say ya should cry pie chart information was to register percentage na abadada intimate so unya opportunity se kwa me pato new home free ebi ho wako fast no that's one pen wakotena ne baby we yes a wamwa enti se asori no ama yes akwanya kese let us make good use of it. God bless you.
Atangba ona agbewe mo
Methodist University wo Chicago ni wo na nkun wo bie yajen ni wo cafe Methodist University a second choice, make it your first choice. You know, once the program that you want to pursue is being offered in the Methodist University, send your child there. Ni many who na menta wokuni ame Methodist University ne ku e couple be amedechon amena ame superintendent minister say ni ka amena ame superintendent nze ameka ba ya bishop sango ganeke beka Efe no ba ya gbeka akeka di ote aba habo hegbe. Una kofodwa bi no fa akra amena me san ni amen sponsor amen wonyomo amen ha me no obo batashi ni oneko no wo nga wo jiake bomoden wa ka obile mienyi ni kaple ko be na bishop. All the bishops have been told, in fact it's a church policy, that they should sponsor every bishop from every diocese should sponsor somebody to the Methodist University, and let us take advantage of that. I tell you again that there are some bishops who are looking for people to sponsor, but they're not getting. Okay. You know, so let us take advantage of that so that we can make our Methodist University a first choice. Okay. And yes.
So finally, I want to be going for conference. We pray that this synod list all the action plans concerning education.
You mean we're going for synods?
Yes. Okay. After synods, we want them not to report generally, but specific on the action plans they have made in the promotion of education and youth development. And we want to thank presiding and the executive for challenging the education and youth development to work and work and work, and we promise them and all the bishops and my team and all teachers, chalk and talk fraternity, Ayuko, we salute you. Thank you very much. You make our work. Whatever we've been able to do, it is you. Thank you very much.
The next I will take the tracker to track the
Oh sure, it's there. It's evident.
All right, thank you. So, dear friends, we have been discussing the Methodist strategic plan, specifically the directorate known as Education and Youth Development. We have had our mother, the very Reverend Mrs. Nana Esi Danyami, who is the General Director for that directorate. We also have had our friend, our brother, very Reverend Dr. Samuel Ningmai Olenu, who is Director Tertiary Education. Also with us at being the very Reverend Francis Quidu-Enusing, who is General Manager of Methodist Schools and also Director for Pre-Tertiary Education. All right, last but not the least, my brother, the very Reverend Eric Jan, who is Director for Youth Development. Asofos, thank you so much for coming. I'm sure we need to do a part 2 of this, and we'll discuss behind the scene when and how we can have this done. Ajafo, most of some kahubi, munimwa, enye wonsom, yene mwana eyo. Edama say maso ya senia, jumedi edebre mo brown. Ye try ho aba ye ba, me ne me nuanom ma bejemre na ya mamo bye. See you soon.
Inside we
I like this song.
Yeah, it is only that you look at me.
All right. That was a wonderful interview with the Directorate of Education and Youth Development. We are likely to have a part 2 of this, but around that time and in between the time, we have our ladies here to take us to social media. What's up on social media?
So what's up on social media is here today, and we'll start off with the trends on Twitter. And President 𝗟𝗡𝗏 is trending. Why is it trending? He's trending because he's trending with 1,085 posts. He's trending because he has sacked the snake boss and employed a new one. Appointed, actually. And then the next one is snit. So it's also the same thing. Yeah. We'll move on to the next post for the day.
Okay, so this is the post for the day. I'm sure you can see a TV with the logo SMASNUG, and it was posted Gangali. Let's see some of the comments.
Is that a Samsung they wanted to?
So this happens when you don't want to buy an expensive thing. So, yeah.
So let's see some comments. Tasty B says, "This is nothing. Just rearrange the words." Okay. Gilbert B Young said, "Quarcoo change page. Come carry this TV. Go." Okay. Ivy Frederica Blabba is saying, "Hey," with some emojis. And Chrysanthus is also saying, "When a 2-year-old Chin Chan Chong assembled the TV you bought, this is the result." So maybe that TV was assembled by Chin Chan Chong. And Eric Zaza says, "The gods are angry." Okay. Hilary Podibe is saying, "Lawsuit well dodged." Justice appear. Mind you, this will last more than the ones on our markets. Maybe it might be true. And K Amo is also saying, "When life gives you lemon, factory one more." Okay, when life gives you lemon, factory one more team. That is what Amo is saying. And Ike Joe Deborah is saying, "Factory error." Yes, I also agree. It might be a factory error. And finally, Kwame Manuel is saying, "It is from 𝗟𝗏𝗃. So maybe this TV was manufactured.
On to our next post, and what's it saying? It says that this is from Angel Michael. It says, "Please, how do I tell my wife that her food is not sweet in King James Version without offend her?" So without offending her, but I think it's a typo. Yeah. So let's look at the comments on that.
So Akwesi Ejeni Mbateng says, "Be it knoweth unto thee that thy fruit of thy saucepan lacketh juice." And Mark Jeremiah Coded is saying, "Before you tell her food isn't nice, try and get to the kitchen yourself and surprise her with your own meal. And if she says it's nice, then you capitalize on it and say, 'This is how I want my food,' blah, 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 blah." And another comment from Ivy Barbara is saying, "Bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, let it be known to thee that thy nourishment tasteth like the waters of Mara." So Florence is also saying, "Thy food that thou preparest sweeteth me not." Belinda Sosu says, "Okay,
this one,
woman,
which
thou
scripture is
sayest."
this? Should I go onto it? "Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Let it be known to thee that thy nourishment tasted like the waters of Mara."
And Belinda Sosu is saying, "Woman, thou sayest, Angel Michael, thy manna lacks heavenly flavor. I've said it for you, so no problem. Now she's going to do better henceforth." Okay, thank you, Belinda. And Barry Mamba Entry Boysiako is saying, "Just frown your face and shout, who cooked this food?" And see, also in the comments. No.
Just tell us you want to divorce her. Finally, we'll have a video of the day, and today's video of the day. Sorry, I meant a guy. say, who are multimedia guru was for no
Papa be a friend of Mr. P. Any Mr. E. I'm sorry, we are friend of Mr. G. I'm sorry, we are G.
Yes, I know that church.
They are bad people.
I don't know kind of me.
Oh, down there, you were told. All right. Do we have some birthdays? All right, to the brighter corner of the morning, our birthday celebrations.
Okay, so on to some birthday celebrations. I want to wish the Right Reverend Dr. Samuel 𝗟𝗜𝗘 a blessed birthday. May you be equipped to do more exploits in the ministry. Be blessed beyond measure from the Takwa Diocese and friends of the Bishop. So this is a happy birthday to you, Daddy. Wishing nothing but the best. Now, Very Reverend Joseph Harrison, God bless your new age and grant you more favor in all you do. This is from Emmanuel. So happy birthday. Very Reverend Joshua Anang, Superintendent Minister of the Ashaiman Circuit. May God grant you success.
Okay, Rachel. Also Joshua Anang, Onyankopon Enshirao.
Amen.
Enshirao pa. There's supposed to be a TV at super. Maybe I will be Onyankopon Enshirao. No more. This is coming from your junior brothers of Adzika. Okay, Rachel, dear,
and all the members from Ashaiman Circuit.
Okay. On to the next one. This is Griselda Na Ajele Dromo Anang. Happy 7th birthday wishes in advance from Daddy, Mommy, Ajo, and the whole family. The birthday is the 12th of April. And so, blessed birthday to you. It's your birthday, and this week we wish you nothing but the best. Griselda. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for the birthday celebrations.
All right. And to the low point of the morning, we have had a bad news, but the Lord knows best. Our friend, Brother 𝗟𝗏𝗘, who is the director for Afarley, your mother passed away just 2 days ago, and there is going to be a 1-week observation, and this will be done on the 15th of April, 15th April at Bethel Methodist in Community 8, Tema. It starts at 7 a.m. and we are asking all sympathizers, especially the Methodist fraternity, to come support our brother. We will all be there. Condolence to the Dennis family in Ghana and also abroad.
Okay, so this is also our condolences from us here at WTV. We are also extending our condolences to you. May God comfort you in these trying times. But let's go on to our advert. Oh, you have something?
Yes.
Okay.
We have our last birthday for the day. Kimberly 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿𝗘, who is a student of Gateway School Complex, Kaswa CP. Don't count the candles on the cake. See the lights they give. Hope your life is always filled with these lights. Mirror on the wall. Who gets treats of them all? You, because it's your birthday. Enjoy all the candies and delicious birthday treats on your special day. Happy birthday. And it is from Mr. and Mrs. Patterson to Kimberly 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿𝗘. Mr. and Mrs. Patterson 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿𝗑 to Kimberly.
Okay. All right, so to our gallant sponsors who have been with us, it's been amazing. You are still supporting. More money do, nah?
Daniel is still our #1 sponsor, and want to say thank you to you for all your insurance needs. Don't forget to contact them or locate them in Osu behind the Presbyterian Church.
And Sankofa Natural Spices is the spices you need for your soup, stews, jollof, and all your dishes. And note that there is no MSG in their spices.
Methodist University. Igusu admission, no. Igusu papa. We are preparing for next semester. It is still excellent morality and service. Kofa form, nany admission team nenkasa, nebre school papa.
MIPL Methodist Investment and Properties Limited into a network property be out per se managing my idea ubitimi abba now on your mabekasa afes open natural fruit juice ranging from ginger, millet, banana, mango and pineapple when you be so MIPL afes open entire sha ubitimi nyabi MIPL. You can locate them inside the Grant House adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral Adabraka.
KFK Food is the restaurant I recommend Amau Ene Anape. They are located at the Wesley Towers Ewo Ambassadorial Enclave. Ubesan Ehuwom Ewo Tema Community 25. Omo all English breakfast, shawarma, pastries, food, rice, any food of your choice. Now, yesterday I tried their rock bands. Trust me, it was very delicious and very affordable too. You should try it.
This is so. You
should also try something, yes.
Okay, Martin, Kotobi Mami. All right, the last is multi-credit. Me say besian die ukoji akobe bia yeni momo sauce. Yempe baby abekoji. Ese na saka wa fosi ga dabe yempe ne sa. Me pacho multi-credit ahyenso die no e blue ne red. Okwa ombe 2 fo no mama osika. Eho one kumebi. All right, so that is how we decide to bow out. It is your osofu shame kwa ho kaso osofu Adzika mejo so many enuanom
Rachel Mercy Ahen
and I'm digging Eddie Misna.
All right, see you tomorrow for another show.
Yeah, see you. Bye.